tuned in to your dose of positivity. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
And to gain further support, join my channel membership. Hey everybody, it's Marlene of Marlene Motivates. Welcome to this dose of positivity. I am your channel for all things positive, encouraging, life lessons, motivation, and mindset shifting. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a part of the Motivators family. And if you are interested, join my channel membership. I'd love to have you over there. So, everybody, today we're going to be talking on the topic of, saving other people. And I have to say this because I really do believe that a lot of people need to hear this message, but you can't save everybody. We kind of want to do that. We want to be able to help everybody. And especially we try to save people from making bad decisions. We don't want to see people fail at things. We don't want to see people go down a certain road, but we can't stop them. We can't control what other people do. So we're going to get into this topic and talk about it because I feel that it's very important because we don't want to waste our energy and effort into pouring into people that we don't need to. Okay. So this is a very important message. And I want to start off by first saying that, number one, you can't control the outcomes. You never know what is ahead for another person. You never know what the outcome of something. You don't know what is happening behind the scenes. You don't know what that person is working on. And we think we know sometimes when it's a family member, it's a friend, it's somebody we really care about. We think we know the answer to things, but we really don't have all the facts. We really don't know everything, even when we may know a lot. So we can't control the outcome of what's going to happen ultimately. And it's not really our job. It's not really our job to worry about what another person's life will end up being, because most of us, we really care about certain people in our life, especially our family, especially our friends. You care about them, you want the best for them. But if that's what another person wants, if that's what they're moving towards, if that's what their driving force is to do in their life, we have to just let things happen to people. And I have to say that it does hurt sometimes. It hurts to see people going down a road that we feel is not good, especially if we have been through something like that and we know ultimately what will happen at the end of the road if they keep following the same course. But everybody has their own life to live, and we just have to let people live their life and have their specific outcome. And that was really hard for me because I don't like to say it, but I used to be a person who wanted to always control everything that was happening in my life because when I was younger, I didn't have control over things. So when I got older, I started to become a very controlling person. Hey, Realist One, how are you doing? Welcome. We got a moderator in the house. How are you doing, Realist One? Happy Tuesday to you. Thank you so much for being here. And anybody who's coming in, could you please hit the like for me? I'd really appreciate it. And that was my thing for sure. Um, I wanted people to have an amazing life. I wanted people to have better than me. Well, at least better than maybe some of the things that I learned. And that's the thing about life is we want to improve the lives of other people. We don't want people to go down the same road that we went down. At least I can say for myself, I like if you see people who are younger than you and you learn certain things and you're like, man, I see what they're doing, and you try to give them like some, I guess you could call it constructive criticism. Hey, what about doing this instead of that? And then they just snap off on you. They go crazy. They go buck on you because you're telling them what they don't really want to hear. And people usually don't want to hear something when they know that they're doing something that's not right or they're not doing everything that they should. And nobody really wants to hear that, but if a person really wants to be saved, they will. And that's why I wanted to cover this because we can't control the outcomes of other people's lives. Whether it's your children, it's your siblings, it's family members, it's a longtime friend, it's your workmate, people that you really genuinely care about. We want them to have a really amazing life and a great life, and we want them to learn from just our example. We don't want to see them go down the road and crash out. You never want to see people crash out and go and do things that they really shouldn't have to go through, like being incarcerated, um, getting bad relationships. It's certain things, or the way that they're spending. You don't want them to go bankrupt, so you try to give advice. But I learned a long time ago that you can't save everyone, and you can't control their outcome. If a person, when they're an adult, if they want to blow out all their money, if they want to have a different person for each day of the week, if they want to do some weird things and act wild. We can't control that. We can't control their outcome. You can't control another person's life. They have to, you have to let people make their own decisions. You have to let people sometimes fall flat on their face. I know that that doesn't sound nice and it's not something that we want, but we got to remember it's not our life, it's theirs. And that was a hard pill for me to swallow when I started to, after I got some help, because I'm telling you, when you fix yourself and you're doing what you need to do, you start seeing all the things that you didn't do, and you don't want other people to have that same, end result. So you're trying to save them, and you try to save them from that outcome that maybe you had. But point number two is that you don't know their objective. We think sometimes we know the motive of other people. We think we know, like, what a person really is about. And there are some people, we're trying to do things for them. We're trying to, pour into them and do some amazing things because we really believe in them. But you don't really know if that person that we're trying to save, that they got some hidden agendas, they got something, they're trying to do something to you, they're harmful to you, and you can't see it. I know, at least for me, I can say there was a time in my life where I didn't have discernment. I didn't know about it. I just knew that when I cared about people, I wanted to help them, but not everybody that we're trying to help, not everybody that we're trying to be there and support really wants that support, because their agenda is to bring you harm. And while that's hard to hear, but not everybody that smiles in your face likes you. Not everybody who says they're on their side is, because people can talk a good game. They really can. They can pretend that they care about you and say all the nice things, the sweet things, but they they're not on your side. They're not rocking with you or for you. They just want what they want. They want you to help them with their goals. And if you don't pay attention, if you're not discerning, I think that's the thing. If you're not discerning and pay attention when somebody shows you who they are, believe them, because that's what Maya Angelou said. It's one of my favorite quotes from her, and she always says that. When somebody shows you who you are, believe them. And to be honest with you, we don't want to believe things about our family members and our friends, even when it's right in front of our face, or somebody you're in a relationship with. And other people will warn you and try to tell you that this person's about that, and they have hidden agendas and motives, and you need to watch them. But we don't always want to believe that, because we don't want it to come true. We kind of have convinced ourselves that it's not true, but you don't know the intentions of other people. Hey, Sirius, how are you doing? Welcome. Got a moderator in the house. Appreciate you being here. Happy Tuesday to you. Thank you so much for being here, Sirius. I hope you're doing great. Um, and I think that that's the thing that we really have to pay attention, especially with our families, because we can be blinded or blindsided by family members because of the things that they say or the things that other family members say. We think sometimes that because we've made our family members or our friends into a monster, we let them do things that we don't like, and we keep putting up with it, and we keep taking it, but that does not make it good for us. So when we see certain things, when others are trying to protect us, we don't always have to believe the first thing that we hear. But if multiple people keep telling you, like, oh, this person is not a very good person because of X, Y, and Z, and because they did this, this, and this. Now, it's always our choice what we're going to choose to do with our life. We can choose to listen to when somebody else is trying to protect us, or feed us some, some sauce, some game about somebody, because they don't want to see us hurt. But we have to want to believe them. And I think that that's the hardest thing when it comes to our family members and our friends. We don't want to believe that people are really snakish. That's my term. And there are some people, and they're very snakish. They're slithering on the ground, they're doing everything, but to your face they pretend to be one way, but behind your back their motives aren't pure. They're trying to get back at you or anybody else or whoever they can use and manipulate. So pay attention to that, everybody. And you can't save everybody. You can't save and protect every person that you come in contact with. And it can't just be about the words "I love you." um that word, those words, those three words, "I love you," can really get your mind swirled up. And you can be like completely off track with your life, listening to what somebody says with words, but not looking at their action. For a long time, that's what got me messed up in my mind, listening to what somebody says and not looking at their actions. Because if somebody really cares about you like they say they do, whether it's a friend, it's a family member, it's somebody you're in a relationship with. They're going to put in the work because they care about you. See, and that's what I'm talking about, the objective. We really don't know what is in somebody's heart. We really don't know the things that a person is thinking about. We really don't know those things. We only can go by how a person treats us or how they treat other people. So we got to pay attention to those things and not just go by our feelings, our emotions, how we think things really should be, how they will pull a wool over our eyes and try to make it seem like, oh, that's just you. And it's not. People will really talk a good game. Hey, Uncle, how are you? Uncle L, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for being here. And that's the thing that got me like really mixed up in my mind, following behind what they were saying to me and wanting to believe in them so much that I didn't see right what was happening right in front of my face. They would say one thing, but they do another. And then I would like, but you said that. Oh, and then there would be some excuse, some lie, or some blaming. They always will play the victim. That victim mentality is a real thing with people who are like that. So not everybody who says that they are, on your side and care for you and love you really do. Pay attention to their agendas, their motives, what they're about, their actions, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And I learned that not everybody that we actually care about cares about us. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because we put effort, we put time, we have our heart on them, and not all the time they feel the same way about us, and they're showing us what they're really about. And we have to discern. We have to pay attention, like read between the lines. A person could say, I care about you, I love you, I'm here for you, I support you all day long. And then if their actions are not proving it, that's what you have to go by and pay attention to. And I'm not saying it doesn't apply to gentlemen, but usually it's the ladies that I see get involved with this. So, ladies, open up your eyes and don't let anybody in a relationship, in your family, friends. We want to hear the sweet words a lot, don't we, ladies? We want to hear those sweet words, but if those sweet words fall on deaf ears, they're just saying it to manipulate you or use you or get something out of you or cover up some lie or something. Then no, you stay away from those people. And you can't save those type of people, and you can't save that type of relationship. You can't save it because it's toxic. It's toxic. They're hazardous and dangerous, and it's just a matter of time before they will do something to you that you will say, well, why didn't I just pull away before it was too late? So I'm saying this with pure motives to all you motivators. Don't put yourself in a situation where you feel like I've involved myself too much in their problems and I can't pull away because I got too much skin in the game. And a lot of people, they'll cause you to not just have skin in the game. Some people will cause you to actually, you'll sacrifice your life for them. And then they'll just walk away until the next gullible person that they can manipulate and use comes along. And then they'll be moved on to the next person. So, shout out to you. Hey, Uncle, how are you doing? Welcome. Yeah, exactly. Serious, exactly. And that's it's so hard to actually believe that about people you care about, that somebody that you care about, somebody that you love really doesn't support you and really doesn't care about you. But you got to pay attention, and pay attention to the signs and pay attention to their actions. So you can't save everyone because you don't know other people's focus. They may have a different focus from you, a different center of interest. So when we're trying to say something to somebody, we usually try to get people to do what we want to do. We try to get people to, whatever agenda or plans that we have, we want people to do what we want them to do, and we can't do that. We have to let people have their own focus. We have to, and it will give you a lot of mental peace, some clarity. It will save you a lot of giving a lot of money to people. You have to let people have their own focus of their life, and your focus may not be theirs. So we can't let other people distract us from our purpose. Let them have their purpose, let them have their lives, but we don't always know what a person is focused on. Right, realist one, always analyze. Yeah, and you have to. You have to open up your eyes 100% and analyze, like, is this a person that I really want to rock with, or is this a person that I thought I could be cool with, but I really can't? And it's nothing personal. We get so involved in with people so quickly that we don't pay attention to the warning signs. There's a lot of red flags that people will be doing things and it's red flags, and we'll just gloss over it or say, take it internally. We'll take it personal, say, well, maybe that was just me. Or listen to them and they'll say, oh, I was just having a bad day. And then the next time oh, that's just that person. Oh, don't listen to that. Or they're always down on their luck. I had to learn that for myself. A person who's always down on their luck, always complaining, never doing anything, they're always wanting somebody else to help them out. That's not a person that really has their life together. And while we are empathetic for people, we feel sorry for them, we want the best for them, we can't. It's that's not our personal job. Like puzzle pieces always says, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. So you got to give it back to them. Sit back and learn a person, and you'll find out everything you need to know. Right. And you will. I feel like, especially in relationships, people will jump into a relationship really fast. And then before you know it, people are talking about they love each other. And then you have kids, and you don't even really know certain things, like where did they grow up? Like, what are they about? What kind of jobs have they had? Like, what is their credit? Even let's get serious for a moment. Were they involved with other relationships? Do they have any STDs? People don't want to talk about those things, but it's real talk. So before you invest so much of yourself emotionally, we have to think logically. That's real. Do what you have to do. Do what you have to do, realist one. That's for sure. Hey Shay, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. And happy Tuesday to you. I hope you're doing awesome. We got a moderator in the house. Yes, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much. And if you have not already, hit the like. I would really appreciate it. Sirius says, I've learned a hard lesson about allowing others to manipulate my vulnerability. I have to take accountability to not allow it to happen in the first place. Yeah, that's the thing. It's so hard for you to look at yourself and to say, what role did I play? What part did I play in making this continue? Because yes, while a person can be dead wrong in the things that they are doing, also you have to ask yourself, what did I allow? How long did I let that go on? And why didn't I put a stop to it? It's really important. We really have to ask ourselves, why do I allow it? Is it because I don't believe in myself? Is it because I'm not loving myself? Is it because you're listening to other people who are trying to tell you and convince you that it's not that way? So we have to work on our own self and learn to trust our own intuition, our own, that little voice inside of your head when it tells you something is not right there, something is not right about that person. And we'll say it to ourselves, we'll question it, and then we'll listen to them. Oh, I'm having a bad day, or this happened, or that person, or they start blaming another person. So there goes that victim mentality, and we'll get and they'll fool us for a while. But after a while, you have to say, this is not just me. This is not just another person. That's them. They have a problem. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. Always realist one. Act accordingly. Act accordingly. I always say, that's so important. You don't know what another person's focus, you don't know what they're focusing in. And sometimes, unfortunately, people come in to hurt. Some people come in to use. Some people come in to just take from your body, sexually. Some people come to take from you financially. Some people come to break your spirit. Um, so some people, they really have some agendas, and you have to pay attention to those feelings that you get when you in your gut or in your mind, like when you second guess a person, say, I don't know what it is about that person, but I just don't trust them. Pay attention to that. Really, we have to pay attention to that, and to not dismiss it and think, well, maybe it's just me, or whatever, or listen to what they say, whatever excuse they want to come up with. Paying attention to all those things, because I think that that's really important. To You don't know what another person's focus is. So let's go on to point number 4, everybody. You can't save everyone. And this one was so hard for me to get over when I was going through therapy. It's still something that I struggle with continuously. You can't give up your life for them. So whoever it is in your life, your family member, your kids, who you're in a relationship with, a job, everything is in its place. That yes, while you're going to have to work, yes, while you're in a relationship, yes, while you have kids, yes, while you have family members and friends, all of that is nice and good. But what about you? What about your life? What about your goals and what you want to be about, and what about what you want to do? And I find that some family members, they only want you to be there to support them. You have to care for them, but you can't give up your life for them. You will be so busy in their life that you stop yours. And that's not good. It's not a good thing, because you not even think about it, but 10 years will go by, and a dream that you had, a goal that you had in your life, something that you wanted to do, 10 years passed by, 20 years passed by, and you didn't get any of the things that you wanted accomplished, because you're so busy helping them with their life, helping them with their focus, with their goals, that you get distracted off your plan for your life. So you can't give up your life for other people. Even though we do give up our life for other people. And it's nothing wrong with being there for people, supporting people. And I say this and emphatically to the parents, that while you have your children, you still need to have some fun. You still need to have your own day as a parent, okay? And say, this is my hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to do what I want. Don't give up your life and having fun and your self-care to for them. So a balance is truly necessary. It's not all about your family, it's not about your friends, it's not all about who you're in a relationship with, it's not all about working and your job. You also have to feel good about yourself. And that's why I say you can't save everyone. You want the best for your kids, your family, this person, that person, any person who is an important person in your life. You want the best for them, but you can't give up your life for them. Yes, they're going to be disappointed. There's going to be times that you're going to have to disappoint them so that you can be okay. If it's always yes for them and never yes for you, hmm, that doesn't seem fair, and it's not. That doesn't seem balanced, and it's not. And if you don't set down a boundary and say, This is my time. I write that down in my calendar. In the morning, the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes before I go to bed is mine. And I don't care who needs me, who wants to talk to me. It's my personal time for me to be balanced. It's my time to relax and to think and to breathe and to have my moments with myself so that I can center and focus myself for my day ahead or my day winding down. So you have to do what's necessary for yourself. Let's see what I missed in the comment section. I think it's listening to the other people. They will have you thinking you are the problem. Marlene, they will pull on my heartstrings. I'm getting better at this manipulating game they are playing. That is what I'm talking about. And serious, you can do it. See, the whole thing is that when we have certain family members or friends or in a relationship and we enable, we have allowed them to do certain things. And let's be honest, let's be accountable for our role, our part in it. We don't tell them no when we need to, and say no and mean it. And I mean that, everybody, all you motivators. Don't say yeah but then you recant and you go back, well, okay, this time I'll do it, and the next time it's no. You confuse them. You need to be firm. When you say no, it's no, and it will always be no. That is not going to change. That's how they know that they can't play games with you. If they know that you're not serious, that you're, I don't know, if you're kind of questioning it in your mind, they know that they can bait and hook you once again. But don't let them play with your heartstrings. Serious. You have to be firm in your own heart. Like, I have to convince my own self in my mind that um, I'm not going to let people manipulate me, take advantage of me, play games with me, use me, treat me like trash, and I could continue to take it. You don't. And unfortunately, sometimes you can't save those relationships, even if it's a family member, because if it's causing you your mental health is on the line. They cause you, like, they make you crazy, like, or they drain you, mentally, emotionally, even physically. They make you so tired. It's not good. Hey, Miss Tracy, how are you? Welcome. Got a member in the house. I really appreciate you being here, Miss Tracy. I hope you're doing awesome. That's just it, serious. They can't handle the same medicine they dished out. Yeah, they can't. And that's the thing. Like, people will do something wrong to you, but if you or anybody else does the same thing to them, they get all worked up. They get absolutely crazy and nuts. And if you tell them you did the same, you do the same thing. They really can't take what they put out. And that's real. Miss Tracy says, right, I'm getting out of the house. Hopefully this weekend. I need a break from the family. Much needed. Well, I really hope you do, Miss Tracy. I really hope you do. And have some fun. Yep. That part. Say no. I need some me time. That part, Miss Tracy. And I will say that, when you, about this part about you can't save everyone, when your family members are so used to you saying yes, or your friends or your job, they will test the waters. They will test the boundaries. Like, are you sure you can't do another hour? Are you sure you can't do no? And it's no, and that's not going to change. You have to be firm. And until they see that you're serious, oh, she's serious, or he's serious about what he said, until they know that they can't play with you, they're going to keep trying. Because if you say yes today and then you say no tomorrow, they don't know. So you have to convince other people of this. You can't just say yes today and then say no tomorrow. So I hope anybody who needs to get a break from family or friends or who you're in a relationship with and just have your own me time, there's nothing wrong with that. And it may be hard for them to swallow that pill that you want your own time, that you don't want to be with them. And say, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm improving, I'm becoming a better person. And if you're on board, it's cool. If you're not, that's a you problem. but I have to take care of myself. And that's so important. Yep. Absolutely serious. Absolutely. So you can't give up your life for them, everybody. And it's whoever, insert whoever's name into this that matches this information. You can't save everybody because everybody doesn't care about you. Okay. Don't give up your life for other people. You got to think about, what do I want? What do I like? And if you keep following behind them, you'll never have your own life. You'll never enjoy yourself. And like I always say, especially those who are working, you work hard for your money. It's what you want to do with your money. It's not what they want you to do with your money. And people will start arguments with you over your money, and that you can't help them like you used to say, yeah, now I'm wiser. Now I'm on a budget. So I can't do that. And it's just no. That's all. And sometimes you do have to do that. You just have to say no. And I'm not going to explain why it's no. It's just no. Let's go on to point number 5. Um, Point number 5, you can't save everyone because they're making you miserable. And nobody, not one of you motivators, should let anybody make you feel miserable, even for one day. Don't let other people, that with their projections, they are making you miserable because they are. Misery loves company. Don't let other people project all of their whatever they have going on, all their problems, all their stress. I need you to help me with this. I need you to help me with that. My life is miserable. I hate this person. I hate that person. Unfortunately, there are some people out there that they hate themselves. That's not your problem. You can't make another person love themselves. You can't make another person do right. We can't control that. But a person who is miserable wants to make you feel miserable as well. Don't let anybody have that kind of power and control over you. Never let another person and their misery to become yours. Okay? Don't let other people project everything that they have going on onto you. Um, they project their feelings onto you. They project everything they have going on to make you feel as miserable. And it's so true that misery loves company. People want to make you feel miserable because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Unfortunately, some people don't do right, and those are the consequences of their actions. But because they didn't do it, say a person is not paying their bills on time, or they're making poor decisions, it's not your job to always have to rescue them. Or that person is not making enough money, well, they need to find a way to find some other employment that pays them more, because it's not your job to be in a cycle of always picking up the slack for what they can't pay, or the bad decision that they made. While you love people, that's one of the things that I did when I got to the end leg of my therapy. I had to inform some people who are in my life that I couldn't save. And one of the things that I said is, I love you, but I love myself more. And in that, I can't be around you because of whatever the reason is, because you drain me financially, because you never think about my feelings, my emotional state, my mental state, my spiritual state is failing, is declining, and you don't care, or you never listen to me, or it's always about you and it's never about me. So those are the type of relationships that you can't save, because they honestly don't care about you, but they're always talking about nobody supports them and nobody cares about them. But it's because of what they do, and they can't see that what they're doing is a problem. So that it's not your problem. And those are some of the people that I had to let go in my life when I finally decided that it was my life and I had to take control of it, or it was going to be controlled by other people. So you can't let another person who is miserable, a person who hasn't worked on themselves, a person who makes very poor decisions, a person who is always mean and nasty and gossiping about everybody, and it's always everybody is against them, but everybody else can see that they are the problem. They are the problem. So don't let those type of people make you feel miserable because they haven't dealt with their own self, because they don't love themselves, because they continue to do wrong. That's not your problem. Like I said, that's not my problem. If you don't love yourself, every single person has to put in their own work to have be their own friend, to make better decisions, to not let people play games with their head and their heart. It's something that you have to grow into. You have to mature into, because I love myself, because I care about myself. I'm going to do what it takes to make me have mental peace, spiritual peace, financial focus, and prosperity. There's certain things that that's my job. It's not another person's job. So I learned that while I want to help people, and there's nothing wrong with helping people if you can, but it's not something that it's not your job. It's not your job to save other people. It's not your job to make other people happy. And they'll want to say things like, I don't have anybody but you. You're the only person that can help me. No, you need to find somebody else because it's stressing me out. It's affecting me. It's making me miserable. And one of the things that I had to say is, I have to protect my own mental health. I have to protect my own peace. I have to be an advocate for me. I have to step up and save me, because nobody is going to save me unless I do. So we have to think about ourselves. That's really important. Yes, Miss Tracy. Yes, my money is mine. You all have jobs, and it's not fair that all responsibility is on me because I'm head of household. There you go. hmm That's right. And honestly, to be 100% with you guys, 100% real talk with you all, that's one of the reasons why I had to move away, because if you stay in the same environment with some people, it will never change, and they will always come. Even if, no matter how many times you say no, if you are in their general vicinity, and they can always just drop by on you. And I don't know. I had to step out on faith for myself personally and say, you know what? I'm going to find a job in another city, state, and then when I get that job, I just moved. I just moved. I didn't tell anybody anything, and they're going to be like, "Where is she?" Yeah, yep. Changed my phone number. I was like, new life, new me, new start, and I'm telling you the peace that I got during that time. Yeah, it was hard to be like not have the same people around, because we sometimes get comfortable in discomfort, like people and their insecurities, their projections. And just because you have a lot of people around you does not mean you have a lot of support. And that's what people get wrong. They think because you know a lot of people, or you have a big family, that you're happy. And you could be in a big crowd of people and feel the most alone, the most miserable. So don't let other people make you miserable. Think about your agendas, what you want, what will fulfill you, what will make you happy. So don't let other people and their misery become yours. Okay? Don't let other people make you miserable. Hey, Neff, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm doing awesome, and I hope you are as well. Realist one says, a person that's always pointing the finger. But they always say, pointing one finger at another person, and it's four pointed back at you. I remember my dad used to always say that. So, yes, while another person could be wrong in doing things right, but also, what do you do? You know, part of being an adult, a grown person, is accepting what you do, having personal accountability. I am accountable for me. What role did I play? What did I do? What do I allow this person to do to me? How do I allow them to treat me or talk to me? Um, and do I stand up for myself? Or do I let them run all over me? Am I their doormat? That's what we have to ask ourselves and be honest. Why do I allow that? Is it because I don't believe in myself? Is it because I don't love myself? Is it because I've been around them for so long? And you can be, when you're around people who are so miserable for a long time, it's like you have, like, they've broken down your courage. They've broken down, like, you feel like you can't do anything because they've taken so much from you, and you're just a shell of a human being. But you can come back, and you can get up, and have a new life and a new start, just by saying, I'm going to do better. I'm not going to allow them to take from me. I'm going to say no, and I'm going to mean it, and start getting out there and having your own life. One thing that I will say, about people making you miserable, friends and family members leaving their kids on you. And while it's nice what you can help them, it's not your job. One day they were like, I'm here at the door. I said, I'm not at home. I said, well, who's going to take care of my kids? I don't know. Well, I'm not at home. When are you coming home? I'm not sure. I'm pretty busy today. See, and you'll have to let them work it out for themselves. When you can help somebody, you can help them, but make sure you have some times, like, I'm not going to burn out myself for kids that are not mine, even if those are your grandkids, those are your nieces, your nephews. It's not your job to raise other people's kids, and don't let them make you feel guilty because you say that. It's your life, but you got to make a choice to show and prove to them that I'm not going to be used anymore. Don't let them make you miserable. Blessed to see another day. Good to see you. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Neff. Appreciate you. So let's go on to point number six. Six, six, six. Oh, here's a big one. You can't save everyone. You're not their savior. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, regardless of what is your spiritual belief system, whatever you pray to, whatever you believe in, whatever you meditate to, whatever that is, whatever you look to for support, you are not that for other people. You have to let other people make their own decisions. And I feel like that was the hardest thing for me, that I would feel guilty because I couldn't save them. Like, oh, if you don't do it, then who's going to do it? And then I would guilt myself into saying, well, if I don't do it, then who's going to do it? And then I would make myself do it. And then I have an attitude and I feel miserable. I felt like I was in a prison, but I'm the one that put myself there. You got to learn to say no. You got to learn to stop doing things for everybody and start having your own life. Like I just said in a little bit ago, start scheduling yourself for the times where they were going to need you. Go and start doing a gym class, or just stay out. And that they're going to be at your house. Well, I'm not at home. When are you coming home? I don't know. I can't help you today. Today I need a mental health day. And while they'll be mad, whatever, there's nothing that they can do. Nobody can make you do anything if you don't want to do it. And that helped my mental peace, when you have to know that you have more power than you believe. You really do. You have a lot of power inside of yourself. And it's not your job, whether they're upset. No. And they're not your kids. They're not your whatever. You're not their bank. You're not their whatever it is, the person that they need to rescue you. So you aren't their savior. You feel you have to rescue them. And let's get into this point right here. You feel you have to rescue them. There's a thing called the white knight syndrome, and it's also called the savior complex. And that's when individuals feel good about themselves only when they help somebody. So it really does, when you help somebody, there's certain endorphins that are released that make you feel good because you're helping somebody else. But when you're giving 100% of yourself, but never pouring anything back into yourself, you're not plugging yourself into your source so that you can have energy, so that you can have peace, so that you can get rest and feel good about yourself. Instead, we need to learn to find things that make us feel good. Are you doing things that make you feel good about yourself, my fellow motivators? When you do things that makes you feel good about yourself, do it. Who cares if they like it, they understand, they're upset, and I can't, and who's going to help me if you don't? That's not your problem. You're not their savior. A lot of times we make them, we enable people, we make people into monsters, um so that they feel that we're the only person that can help them. Even we'll say that you only have me. So we have to stop putting those things out there and say, I know I used to help you, but I can no longer help you. I'm sorry. And it may be hard for you to take in. There may be a lot of upset, and they may not talk to you anymore, and that's okay. That's okay. Because to me, that sounds like a person who is just using you. You're not their savior. Let's see. Yeah. You can't put all of that on your shoulders, because eventually it will bring you down, and then have no one to pick you up. That is so true, Neff. And that's what happened to me. I was pouring all of me into friends and family and this and the job, always doing go, go, go. And I think it was the day when somebody said, ask Marlene because she never says no. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. But it was true. And I think that was my moment of self awareness and accountability. Like, yeah, I do always say yes, and I need to stop that. So don't let other people put everything onto you when it's not yours, it's theirs. It's like you need to take back your own stuff. You need to make better decisions. Like, I know I used to help you, but I no longer can help you. I'm sorry. And just stop answering their phone call. Get yourself busy. Start doing something else. Go out and stay out. There's a lot of things that we can do, because you don't have to do. You have more power and control in situations than we even understand and believe. So if you really are tired and sick of something, never let another person make you feel miserable. Uh, uh, nope, don't do it, Miss Tracy. Don't do it. Don't let another person make you feel like it's your responsibility and your problem. We have to let other people have their own life and save themselves. That's right, Neff. You never have to be sorry for loving yourself. You really don't. And I will say that when you're so used to pouring into everybody else and taking care of everybody else, you kind of get used to not taking care of yourself. Like, you let yourself go. I know I did for a long time. I stopped. I don't even remember the last time I had a doctor's appointment at that time. I didn't remember the last time I had a doctor appointment, went to a dentist, did some personal care to, bought myself something nice, some nice clothes. I'm a person that I love jewelry. So it was a long time since I shopped for something nice. Now, it's nothing wrong with helping people if you can. If, and I say that in caps, if you can. But if you can't, that's not your job. It's not your job to save them. You got to love on yourself. You got to be your own friend. And that's why we feel so weak, so drained, because you're doing too much. You're doing the most. Okay? And we have to stop doing the most. We got to put ourself, our goals, our agendas on the table. Like, this is my life. And I had to say that to myself. I had to remind myself. I had to encourage myself. Marlene, this is your life. And you insert your name. blank. This is your life. And if your life isn't going the way you want to, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to complain about it? Are you going to keep allowing their bad behavior, or going to keep taking their phone calls and listening to them? Or are you going to get busy in your life? See, the more that you get busy in your life and doing the things that you want to do, you don't have time to work. No, I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. Get yourself busy, and then you can leave them behind. That's real. It's real. Yes, it's okay to help, but it's different when people take advantage, and they will if you let them. Got to say no. No is a powerful word. Use it. Uh, yeah. Yep. But you have to make a decision, and everybody does. Everybody has to make a decision when they've had enough, because everybody is different. But you don't want to get to the point where you burn out and you have a mental breakdown and find yourself in a mental hospital going crazy behind people who take advantage of you and don't care. And when you get sick and go to the hospital and need certain medicine and have to take time off of work and whatever it is, they don't care. So, because you know that already, they don't care. We have to stop doing things that's self harming and do things that, because I love myself, I'm going to say no, and I'm going to mean it. I'm going to get busy into doing some things for me. So I know that there are so many of you motivators that have something that you want to do. Maybe it's getting back into the gym. Maybe it's getting some exercise. Maybe it's getting yourself involved in a hobby or in a cause or whatever it is. Do that. A lot of times when people see that we're not doing a lot of things, that we're just doing for them, of course, they will think you have the time because you're always there. I had to learn to let me get myself involved and get busy into doing something that I like. So when you get yourself busy in your own life, your own agendas, your own goals, they'll see you're not home. You can't do it. You're not there. And even if I was there, just because I'm there does not mean I'm here only to serve your purpose. We have to find our voice. You got to speak up for what you want, what you believe in. If you're a person that I don't know, and maybe you have to be very firm on your foundation. This is what I'm going to accept. This is what I'm going to take. And I'm not going to listen to your foolishness. And no, and I'm not giving you no money. No, no, no. It's time. It's the season to speak up and get busy in doing your goals, your agendas, your life, your peace of mind, having your own financial prosperity. It's about the choices that you make. And you can't be other people's savior. I'm sorry if other people are having problems and need help. We are sorry for them, but it's not your problem. It's not my problem. Okay. You're not their savior. And also, what that does is make people who are helpful turn their back on others who may genuinely need help. Exactly. 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 Let's get into point number 7. Each person must use their talent. I want to say their. So just because you may be good at something and you think it's easy, oh, just do this, but that's not their talent. You have to let people have their own talents, use their own gifts. Um, Let them be themselves. I think that's the most important part of this. When I talk about saving yourself, we have to let people be themselves, and we have to make people make their own decisions. And it's so hard to let people make their own decisions because you just may not like things and you feel frustrated with certain people when you say if they would only do this. But remember, at the end of the day, it's their life, their choices to make. And each person has free will. They have the choice whether they're going to do something or they won't. They can do a lot of wrong things or they can do a lot of right things, but it's not your job to bail them out when they do something that maybe didn't pan out and work out. You can assist and help if you have the time, but it's not your complete job to save them. Okay. And it's very important to remember that You are not their savior. Okay, let people be themselves and come up with their own ways of saving themselves. All right. So I think I got two more points after this. So you can't save everyone, you can't control. And that's the thing that is so hard and difficult for many people. You can't control others. You really can't. You can't control others, what they do. And nobody likes to be controlled. So let other people have their own lives. Let them have their own lives and live how they want to live their life. You'll make yourself miserable, you'll make them miserable. And yeah, you just will. You'll be miserable because you'll be trying to tell them to do something and that's not what they want to do. That's not what they like. And nobody likes that. Let people be adults. And if they want to make poor decisions, let them. But don't let whatever their decisions are become your, you take that on like their problems become yours. No. Stop picking up other people's problems. You can't control what another person does, but you can control your reaction to it. I think that you can definitely know when someone is taking advantage and when someone genuinely needs help, but it's up to you um, with that. What to do? What to do with that? What you will. That is so true. You got to know when someone needs help or somebody is just trying to milk you, take you for all you have. And even in that, there are times that sometimes you really just honestly cannot help them, either because you have so much things going on or whatever it is. There are times that we really just genuinely cannot care and help the way that they want, because we got so much going on and there's nothing wrong with that. You can't control it. So let's get into point number 9. I got one more after this. And this is, I feel, a big reason why we have to know that you can't save everyone. Not everybody wants help. A lot of times we want to help people, but they don't want to be helped. Some people are happy in being lazy. They're happy in doing whatever they want to. Let's be honest. Some people are happy with taking narcotics and substances. They're happy with not getting an education. Everybody. You can go to school if you want to. Anything that you really want to do with your life, you can do. But some people really don't want to do anything. They just want for everybody else to bail them out and to help them. But we got to understand that everybody doesn't want help. And yeah, they don't want your help. They don't want your opinions. So I've learned in my few years of existence that if somebody doesn't ask me for help, I don't give it. So nobody really wants unwarranted advice. Nobody wants, all of those things. So unless somebody asks you for help with certain things, and even if they ask you, like, I can tell somebody something, but also you got to know that not everything that you want to tell people, they're in a space where they're ready to put that into action. There's a lot of times we know we need to do something, get busy into something, but you're not in that mode to be able to receive it. You're not in that mode, like you haven't matured yet. You're still trying to get over something, or you got something that you need to do. So not everybody that we want to help actually wants to be helped. Some people just want to receive. They just want to take. They don't want to actually go out there and do something to improve their life and to make their life better. And I had to accept that it's not my job to keep helping you. You're going to have to help yourself. And you may have to say that out loud and tell people, like, I cannot help you. You have to help yourself, or whatever it is. And also, don't try to help people try to overtake other person's responsibility. I was doing that with my friends, like, being the overachiever. I'm going to do this for them. I'm going to do that for them. So of course, whenever they're there, They won't have to do it because you've done everything. And in that, not everyone asks for help. We also have to learn that just let people do what they want to. We can't control how the person likes to do something, what a person is focused on. Let them do what they want to do and understand that not everybody wants to be helped. That was very tough for me to take. Oh boy. Oh, I missed this comment. I think you can genuinely. Oh, yeah. Okay, I read that one. Yeah, they will. They'll take everything from you. They'll take everything that you have. I will say that they will get down after they drain you 100% financially. They'll find out that they can't take any of your time. Then they'll start to take your mental peace. Mm, nope, can't do that over here. Gotta go somewhere else for that. Everybody don't want your help, okay? If they ain't asking, I'm not giving it, okay? Not everybody wants your help. And we're at the last point, everybody. Point number 10. You can't save everybody. You got to save yourself. You must take care of you. You're a very important person, and we forget sometimes because we got a lot going on. We got a lot of people, and we've enabled people into their wrong behaviors, their bad behaviors, because we didn't say no and mean it, because we didn't learn to have our own life. Get lost sometimes. Get lost and have your own life so that you won't be around for them to even ask you. You got to turn off your phone, stop answering the phone calls, text messages. Nope, nope, I'm not going to help you, and I can't. Why? Because I said no, and that's the end of it. And we have to do that for our own mental sanity, our own peace of mind. I can't help you. I got to care for me, and that means physically, emotionally, mentally. There's people out there, and they will drain all of that from you. They'll take everything. They'll make you like get into a mental hospital. They'll make you lose everything you have spiritually. You'll have no center and focus to your higher power. They'll also make you have nothing financially. They'll take all the money that you have if you let them. And also they'll disrupt your physical person. They'll give you illnesses, like you constantly you're doing for them, and you never sit down and get rest. You're never getting any sleep because you're so focused on helping them. And you can't save everybody. You got to take care of yourself. That's why it's so important to tap into your own self-awareness and what you want to do for your life, what you want to be about, what's important for me. And I have to be accountable for myself. I cannot take on other people's problems when I'm not even caring for myself. So I just wanted to encourage all of you motivators, whether you are watching right now live in the chat or you're listening on the replay, take care of yourself. You can't save everybody. It's not your responsibility, okay? It's not. You can't control other people's outcomes, what they're about, what they're trying to do. You don't know other people's objective. You don't know what kind of hidden plans that they have. You don't know what their focus is. You don't know what they're focused on. And you can't give up your life for them. And don't let other people make you feel miserable. You will be trying to save everybody, but in the process of helping them, you make yourself very unhappy, very miserable, very sad, very unfocused, and you will actually hate your life. Don't let other people make you miserable. And you're not other people's savior. That's not your job. And each person must use their own talents and gifts. We can't control that. You can't control other people. Nobody wants to be controlled. Not everybody wants help. We want to help people sometimes, but they are not accepting that help. They don't want to do anything for yourself. So we sometimes just need to walk away and let them be. All right. That's the most important thing. And the last point, you must care for yourself. Yourself, me. I got to think about me. I got to think about my mental, my emotional, my spiritual, my physical, my financial, all of that. If I don't feel healthy in all those aspects, something is wrong. Right? You got to focus in and check in on yourself and say, hey, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? Are you taking care of you? And following behind other people and trying to help other people and family and friends and kids. And it's always something with them, but you got to look at, oh, but how are you doing, friend? That's why seeking friendship with yourself is so vital. It's so important so that you can feel good. See, the way you feel is dependent on what you will do for yourself. What will you say? What will you speak up for? I don't like that. Don't do that. No, I can't help you. No, I can't use you. That's not my job. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. All of that means that I take care of myself. And because I take care of myself, because I love myself, because I'm my own friend, there's things that I'm not willing to do. And one of the biggest things that has helped me mentally is saying, I can't save you. You must save yourself. So that's all I got here. I really appreciated everybody for hanging out with me today. Neff says, yes, when you do that, then you get people or that person who is not grateful for what you do for them because they made an expectation of you, right? Don't let other people and their expectations become yours. Very important. Yes. Thank you so much, Sirius, Neff, Realist One, Miss Tracy, I think Shay Love, and Uncle L. Everybody who came in today, I really appreciate you all. Keep your head up, everybody. Know that you can't save everyone. It's not your job or responsibility. The only person that you can save at the end of the day is yourself. Make sure you're loving yourself, you're caring for yourself, and you're doing everything that you need to do. I am Marlene. I'm the content creator for Marlene Motivates. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support. If you have not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment in the comment section below if you're watching on the replay. What are you doing to save yourself? Hey, Jinx journalists, please check out the replay. And I will see you guys on tomorrow. And like I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah.